Hello, Yuppie everybody. Good evening. How's everyone doing tonight? I already see we have some people in the chat who were patiently waiting for me. Hello, hello. Good evening. Let me just get a few things finished here, and then we can start right away. Okay, there we go. You guys will have to forgive me a little bit if I respond a little bit later to your comments, because I just realized that the latency is a little bit on the higher side, but I think that's a YouTube thing, so we'll deal with it. Now let me just turn off the music and get the Umineko sound in. Here we go. All right, so hello all of you. I see Kumamaru is in the chat. Hi, Kumamaru. And hi, Zaheru. Hi, Menlo, Marseilles, Millennium Master 18. Hello, welcome all of you. So, this time I managed to get the stream up and running just fine. The only thing I noticed is that my OBS seems to be glitching, kinda glitching out on the side. I suppose I'll just take it. It's still working though, the stream, right? There's not like a strange white bar appearing. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think it's because of YouTube Studio. Here we go. I pulled it over onto my main monitor. I think now it will be okay. See, the thing is, I have a new monitor that I got for my birthday, which is like a ProArt Asus monitor, and it's for 24-inch and it works fantastic. It's sharp, it's so color accurate, it's perfect. And then the monitor that's vertical on the left side is still my old monitor from like God knows how many years ago, which I will replace eventually. But at the moment, I am not financially rich enough to just throw out some 300 euro for another monitor. So soon, but soon I will. All right. Without further ado, let me know if you guys can hear me well, if the microphone clips out a little, because I did the settings a little bit like on the equalizer to try to see if it works a bit better, but I still notice that sometimes my voice can still get clipped sometimes. I'm still tinkering around with the settings, but yeah. Okay, quick recap before we get into it. So for those who weren't here last time and who didn't get the chance to see the VOD last time, I started with Umineko episode 6, and Battler took a billion years to make a game board, and Beato is back, but it's a Moe Beato, and Battler is upset. And also we saw Miss United States of America, oh excuse me, Miss Featherine, also known as Estados Unidos da América, or EUA, as I gave this fun fact last time. How did I do that? Oh yeah, right. I haven't touched Umineko in a while, so please forgive me if I don't remember how to load the save file. I'm going to assume game stuff is about to happen. We might be in the game board, but we're like vanilla testing the first game that Battler has ever made. He made through the Steam green light. We don't know if there have been any alpha tests or beta tests or any QAing whatsoever, but let's go. Also, just another thing before I continue reading, my streams might get a bit shorter now I'm going to try to start ending streams at like 10:30 p.m. my time, so in like 2 hours at latest, because I have to wake up early for some other stuff. Alright, sorry for holding up. Let's continue. On Rokkenjima this day, or rather this round, was the same as any other. The typhoon will be coming very soon. The sky was still overcast, but the clouds were moving quickly. The clouds are zooming, they are sonks. Oh, there she is. Oh my god, Natsuya, I'm so sorry about what happened to you in last game. Oh my god. The only thing on Natsu's mind was the plan to cover Akinzo's absence again this year. Oh boy. Kraus appeared to have suffered a stomach ache from the stress and was sleeping in his room. Everybody else is coming along fine, apparently. Jessica and Kumasawa had left in a boat to go shopping and greet the incoming relatives on Nijima. The servants had been busy since the early morning, preparing for the family conference, the greatest event of the year. Shannon and Kanon were rushing to get the guest house ready.
親族の方々を止めるならお屋敷の客室で十分だろうね。
そうね、こっちのお掃除大変だもんね。でもゲストハウスのお掃除は好き。
奥様や他のムカつく使用人もいないから静かでいいもんね。
Oh boy. Oh yeah, without Natsuhi nagging you. Shannon smiled wryly as she performed a detailed examination of the guest room. Did we forget to clean anything? Do we need to restock anything? Diligently gave the room one final check over.
昨夜も入念に点検したじゃないか。姉さんは本当に豆だな。
こういう日に限って油断するといたずらされるの。いざって時、大切なものが見つからなかったり、閉めておいたはずのものが開いてたり。
姉さんはそそっかしいからね。
Is this some kind of foreshadowing?
よく確認しながら仕事をしないからだよ。
だから私と一緒に点検してくれてるんだよね。ありがとう。
別に感謝されることじゃないよ。姉さんがしっかりしてくれれば僕まで付き合わなくて済む。
本当は私と一緒にいたいんだよね。
Yes, he wants to be with his big sister.
甘えん坊さんなんだから。
そんなんじゃないってば。姉さんは最近ジョージ様のことで浮かれてるみたいだからね。ミスが多そうで見てられないだけだよ。
カノン君、ちょっとおしゃべりしよっか。
About?
ダメだよ。仕事中だよ。
私とジョージ様のことばかり茶化して、カノン君とジェシカ様はどうなの？
別に何もないよ。
I watched her concert. It was kind of cute.
そんなことよりちゃんと仕事は。
Kanon had very obviously been trying to change the subject. Shannon had then snuck up behind him and pushed him down onto the bed. Okay.
お嬢様に一緒に親族の方々をお迎えに行こうって誘われたのに、どうして断ったの？
仕事があるし。
Are you sure?
嘘。仕事なんか何もないくせに。
Shannon and Kanon had switched roles. The tables have flipped. Normally Kanon was the one in control, but when it came to romance, it was the opposite. As Shannon has said, Jessica and Kanon were supposed to have been the ones to go greet the relatives at the harbor on Nijima. However, Kanon had suddenly claimed that he had work to do, so Kumasawa had gone instead. Kanon didn't have any work to do. Shannon knew this.
お嬢様、言ってた。
Did she cry?
文化祭の時のことがあっても、やっぱりカノン君が好きだって。
僕は家具なのに。
Even IKEA furniture can be loved, don't worry.
私も家具だね。
なのに 姉さんは人間と恋をしてる。
And?
できるわけなんてないのに。
Well, you'll be like that sometimes, Canon.
そうかな。そう決めつけてるから。私たちは家具なんじゃないかな。
僕はジェシカお嬢様のことを何とも思ってない。お仕えする後ろ宮家のご令嬢だとしか思ってない。
Are you sure?
本当に？
We've seen it for 3 whole games? Or 4? 5?
何？
私ね、ひょっとすると今夜ジョージ様に求婚されるかもしれない。
Shannon wore an incredibly peaceful smile on her face, but Canon could tell that there was no way she'd let him change the subject. Canon realized that she must have made him help out here in the guest house in order to talk to him about this, and he clicked his tongue softly.
家具のくせに人間と結婚なんかできるつもりなの？
Yes.
できると思う。
Yes, and I support her in that.
無理だね。
Let her be happy.
どうして？
ジョージ様の描く未来の夢を姉さんは叶えられない。
それは。
僕たちは人間じゃない。それに劣る家具。ジョージ様は姉さんを人間だと思い込んでるだけ。
それはそうかもしれないけど。
今日までよく騙し通してこれたものだと思うよ。そうやっていつまでジョージ様を騙し通せるつもりなの？自分が家具であることを未だに話せない姉さんが。
家具とか人間とかそんなの関係ない。ジョージ様は私の全てを受け止めてくれると思うの。
それを確かめる勇気もないくせに。
私ね、求婚受けてみようと思うの。
Yes, let's go. As Shannon looked up at the ceiling, she spoke of the imagined future that she and George would create. Though some anxiety over the future appeared on her face, so did the joy of knowing what it was like to live with love. As Kanon watched this vivid dream he was being shown, he knew that none of his words would reach Shannon anymore. Yes, she is happy and she's pursuing her happiness. I support her.
好きにしたらいいよ。姉さんは一度言い出したらどこまでも頑固だから。
私の生きたいように生きてみたい。もう家具だからとかそういうのに怯えるのはやめようと思うの。
Kanon walked over to the window silently. He saw the rose garden filled with boring gray flowers in bloom. He realized that Shannon was acting above her place, and he knew that her tale had no chance of a happy ending. However, he also knew that no words of his could change her mind now that she made her decision.
なら僕が言えることなんてやめろと言っても姉さんは聞かない。好きにすればと言えば好きにする。なんで僕にそんな話をするのさ。僕の答えなんて姉さんは何も求めてないじゃないか。
私が知りたいのはカノン君のお嬢様への気持ちなの。
僕は姉さんたちとは何の関係もないよ。
カノン君は本当にお嬢様のことは何とも思っていないの。
She knows. Spill the beans, my boy.
何度も言ってるよ。
We call this denial.
嘘。
どうして嘘だってわかるの？
わかるもん。姉さんだもん。
わからないよ。僕の気持ちなんて。
わかるよ。カノン君のことなら私は何でもわかる。
本当にわかってるならどうして聞くんだよ。姉さんはジョージ様のことでもう胸も頭もいっぱいじゃないか。そして僕もそんな一途な姉さんが大好きなんだ。だから僕なりに応援してるんじゃないか。そうでなかったら僕だって
Even I?
お嬢様を好きになりたかった。
Oh, he spilled the beans. Kanon finally turned to face her, honestly and openly telling her how he really felt. Good! That was what Shannon had wanted to hear. And after hearing that, she pressed Kanon even further to reveal his true feelings.
そんな言い方じゃダメ。許さない。
じゃあどうすればいいんだよ。なんて言えばいいんだよ。
好きになりたかったなんて言い方でごまかさないで。カノン君の素直な気持ちをそのまま口にすればいいの。
僕には眩しすぎるんだよ。太陽のようで生き様が眩しすぎて。そんなお嬢様が好きなんだ。
Oh!
そんなお嬢様に手を差し伸べられて共に歩こうと言ってもらえて嬉しかった。嬉しいんだ。
好きなんだよね。
ああ、好きさ。お嬢様が大好きだ。
Yes! Congratulations, he admitted it. Good! Now hold hands. Finally, Kanon confessed his feelings in their entirety. In fact, by saying it aloud, he finally understood how he really felt. As passionate tears welled up in his eyes, Kanon finally accepted it. He couldn't stop the tears from dripping down his
お嬢
face.
様も僕もこの島に閉じ込められて何の希望もなく生きてるのは全く。なのにお嬢様は自らの道を自ら照らし、自らの足で運命を切り開くんだ。それが眩しくて羨ましくて。お嬢様と一緒にならこんなみすぼらしい自分じゃない、別な本当の自分を見つけられそうな気がして。
He said person instead of
お嬢
furniture.
様の告白を拒絶して悲しかった。
悲しかった。自分につく嘘がこんなにも辛くて悔しくて悲しいなんて知らなかった。そして僕のそんな嘘がお嬢様を傷つけたのがたまらなく許せなかった。
Ouch.
そんな自分にもう二度と恋をする資格なんてないと思ってた。
To ever fall in love again? Again?
あるよ。恋の資格はね、自分だけが与えられるの。家具だからダメとかそんなの関係ない。ダメだって自分で決めたらもうダメなの。決めつけちゃダメ。だから私は与えたよ。この身の程知らずな家具の身に恋の資格を。だからカノン君にだってあるよ。
恋をする資格が。
Yes, you have feelings.
あなたにあげられないなら私があげる。
ありがとう。僕はやっと海が見られる気がする。
きっとジョージ様は今夜私に求婚すると思う。求婚を私は受けてこの島を出てジョージ様と新しい天地で新しい生活をするつもり。
それが姉さんの選んだ僕に何も言えるわけがない。
この島を出て、そしてこの島へは二度と帰らない。
Yes, you shouldn't come back.
カノン君とはお別れになる。
そうだね。僕たちはお別れだね。
もしカノン君が心の底からお嬢様を愛していて、それが私のジョージさんへの思いと同じか、私はあなたと決着をつけなきゃならない。
姉さん。
What do you mean?
それがお互いのため。
Which of our feelings is
カノン
strongest?
君の思いを私を理由に諦めないで。
僕のわがままが姉さんの幸せを傷つけるかもしれないのに。
Wait,
私も自覚してるよ。
what do you mean?
私の幸せがカノン君を傷つけることを。
We have no choice but to hurt each other. As she said this, Shannon turned her back to Kanon. As Kanon watched Shannon from behind, he was struck by her strength. and the love she still felt for him despite everything.
姉さん、僕は姉さんと一緒で幸せだったよ。
私もだよ。君がいてくれたから今日まで頑張れた。だからジョージさんとも出会えた。
僕も姉さんが教えてくれたからお嬢様の眩しさに気がつけた。
私は自分の思いを曲げない。
What's going on?
その気持ちだけを見つめて他を無視してカノン君の心を踏みにじることから。
But why?
僕も自分の気持ちをもう偽らない。
私の恋が実っても
Is it because you leave each other? Is that it?
君の恋が実っても私たちは互いを祝福しよう。
約束する。そして僕が勝ったら
Is it because one of them absolutely must stay? Like, as in from the two
お嬢様を
siblings?
愛し姉さんも大切にする。
ありがとう。でも私が勝ったら君と島を忘れてここを永遠に出ていく。
Alright.
勝ったら自分の恋に全力を。たとえそれが報われない恋だと知っていても。
私たちはだってもう
家具じゃ
ない。
Yes, you're not furniture, I suppose, but what is going on? I'm sorry, but I don't understand why they have to trample on each other. What? The boat carrying the relatives docked at the harbor. They left the boat one by one, making fun of Battler. Oda wasn't the only one to greet them. Kanon was there too.
皆様、ご無沙汰をしております。六軒島へようこそいらっしゃいました。
Yes, thank you and your beautiful button.
長旅お疲れ様でした。六軒島へようこそ。
そうそう、お上手ですよ。
Oda complimented Kanon in a whisper. Kanon ignored this, looking just a little sour, and continued to greet the incoming relatives.
バトラ君はゴーダさんもカノン君も初めてだよね。
マリアもバトラ初めて。
Oh my god, I missed her. Maria, my precious!
ゴーダさんは凄腕のシェフでいらっしゃるんだぜ。この島に来る唯一の楽しみさ。
Love is war. Yeah, well, yes, it is, but I'm still like, why do they need to fight? Is it like because the Ushiromiya family will like put one of the servants in a stranglehold if the other leaves? Is that it? Or is it just because they have to say goodbye? I'm a little bit confused. But I suppose as I continue, I'll find out.
光栄でございます。
What strikes me as more is how Shannon wants to leave and forget Kanon and everyone else and everything, while Kanon wants to treasure Shannon. I wonder what this might mean. It's a pretty interesting contrast, but it's one I'm curious about.
バトラ様、どうか滞在中のお食事はご期待いただければ幸いです。
そりゃ楽しみだぜ。よろしく。
ガノン君もお久しぶりね。今日は元気そうね。
Oh, hi.
よかった。
そうでしょうか。
I don't know if this is like intentional, but the Rosa is kind of shorter.
そうね。顔色が悪くないわ。血色がいいというか、目つきが凛々しくなったというか。
成長期なんだろ。そうして少年は大人になってくんだな。
普段のあんたは今にも貧血で倒れちゃいそうな顔ばっかしてるのに。
Oh
今日
no.
は少し違うわ。
正気があるんや。男子は3日あれや成長するもんなんやで。カノン君も少しずつたくましくなってるっちゅうことやな。
Good for him.
からかわれてないわよ。みんな褒めてるのよ。
Canon had sworn to start changing the way he lived bit by bit. He had only meant to change within himself and hadn't expected that it would be shown on the outside. He was a bit shocked to hear that his expression had changed so much, that people had apparently noticed as soon as he opened his mouth. No? Maybe the real surprise was that his normal expression must look so incredibly sullen in comparison. Yeah, you kind of look like an edgelord. do you blame them? Goda led the way up to the house. Kano brought up the rear, helping to carry some of Kumasawa's shopping.
僕、今日はそんなにも顔色がいいでしょうか。
私にもそう見えますよ。何かいいことありました？
Did you stay hydrated? Oh my god, that laugh is so perfect. I love Kumasawa so much. Even Kumasawa was saying it. Kanon, unable to see what his own face looked like, hung his head in embarrassment. When they reached the rose garden, they could see the others streaming into the guest house. Then he saw Jessica running towards him from there. Is even Milady Jessica going to say that I'm in a good mood today? Kanon hung his head even deeper. And so, almost as though he couldn't control himself, Kanon spoke first.
僕はそんなにも違うんですか？
ほら、カノン君ってさ、積極的に挨拶とかする性分じゃないでしょ。だからみんな珍しいと思ったんじゃないかな。
先ほどはお嬢様にご同行できなくて申し訳ありません。
いいよいいよ。カノン君だって今日の仕事いっぱいあるだろうし。
Oh?
仕事は特にありませんでした。
Oh, what's going on? What's gonna happen?
一緒にいることに耐えられないほど僕が弱かったからです。
Jessica faltered, uncertain what Kanon was talking about. He is spilling his heart, listen! However, she realized that this was something too important to be laughed off, so don't laugh off, please, listen.
何かあったの？カノン君。
シャノンが結婚するって。
そっか、やっぱりジョージ兄さん、今回でプロポーズするんだね。
Jessica thought Kanon was sad because Shannon would be leaving, that this new mental state had caused a change in his behavior. And Kanon realized that Jessica was probably thinking this. So he spoke to her clearly and honestly, because he wanted her to know. Alright.
僕は自分も辞めると決めていました。
知ってるよ。じゃあ、カノン君も辞めちゃうの？
Okay. So he will leave the same time as Shannon, I see.
わからなくなりました。辞めたらお嬢様という太陽が照らしてくれた何かをまた見失ってしまいそうだから。
Jessica could only stare blankly, unable to understand what he was saying. He's being romantic, he's trying his best. However, she did realize that he was trying to tell her something important. Good. And so she was able to accept that his next words were neither a lie nor a joke.
僕はジェシカお嬢様のことが好きです。
私もだよ。
She said it right back. Fuck yeah, let's go.
あなたの太陽のごとき生き方を僕も一緒に歩んでみたい。あなたとなら家具と蔑んだ自分から決別できるかもしれない気がする。
カノン君は家具じゃない。そして使用人になるために生まれてきたのでもない。年頃の男の子としてもっともっと人生を楽しんでいいはずなんだよ。私も眩しいや。カノン君が眩しくて目が見られない。
Oh my god, this is so cute.
これが偽らざる僕の気持ちです。それを今までごまかしてきてすみませんでした。
Oh no, my heart is melting.
お嬢様を傷つけたあの日をお詫びします。
I really like this kind of romance, the kind where where they're pining for each other, but they are like either in denial or one of them is trying to push the other away, and there's like drama and a little bit. I mean, the pining and the slow burn is the part that I'm most into in that kind of romance. I even have several pairings myself that I write this way, where one of the characters is very slow burn in their romance, and like either they're completely dense or they intentionally stay quiet about their feelings and try not to let anything happen in fear that the other one gets hurt. So this is like a play like straight out of my own recite playbook.
その言葉だけで私は嬉しい。
だから僕はお嬢様といつまでも一緒にいるために家具をやめようと思います。僕にそのための時間をください。最後にその弱さを許してください。
弱さなんてとんでもない。カノン君は見せてくれたよ。今までの自分と決別したいっていうとびきりの勇気を。だから私は応援したいし、せかさずいつまでも待つよ。私が太陽になって君の道を照らせるなら、
Then you're the moon?
私だって君という人がいてくれたから、誰よりも眩しく輝いて君の瞳に私だけを映したいと思った。
Fair.
君がいなかったら私だって太陽になんてなれなかった。だからずっと。
ありがとうお嬢様。
お嬢様はもう嫌だな。
Call her Jessica.
呼んでもいいんですか？
Yes.
二人きりの時だけね。じゃないとカノン君に迷惑をかけるかもしれないし。
そうですね。姉さんたちも。
Oh my god, he's smiling! Look at him! Yes.
シャノンが婚約するって話にならなかったら、こういうことは言ってくれなかった。
I don't like the sound of this wind. Kanon hung his head, at a loss for word for some time. But it was true. If Shannon hadn't told him about the engagement, he probably wouldn't have been having this conversation at this moment. How big are those flowers? Taller than them, apparently.
だからこそ、真剣に考えることができました。
そんなこと言っちゃって、シャノンの話を聞いてて、恋がしてみたくなっちゃった？
はい。
Look at that cat smile! Look at him! He's doing the cat smile! What the heck? That's so cute!
まあ、私もシャノンたちを見てて、羨ましいなと思って。
In truth, it wasn't quite like that for either of them. They'd been shown the courage needed to speak up and tell the one you love how you feel. That's what pushed both Kanon and Jessica forward.
僕は何とお呼びすれば。
What if you called her Jessie? Oh my god, please! What if you called her Jessie?
ジェシカがいいな。
Okay, that's also fine. I'm okay with this.
照れます。
じゃ、さん付けでもいいから最初は言ってみて。ほらほら。
Yes! Do it!
ジェシカさん。
Episode 6, my beloved. I still like episode 7 better, but they're very close. I hear that from a lot of people that 7 and 6 are a lot of people's favorites. I know at least from 6 that it's a fan favorite. 7, I had friends who really liked episode 7, which is why it's one reason I've heard about Umineko and about a certain character that pops up in episode 7. But they thankfully said friends never spoiled me about anything, so thankfully I can read this all spoiler free.
だから私もカノン君のことを名前で呼びたい。カノンじゃなくて本当の名前があるんでしょ？きっとカ カノンの「カ」が含まれた名前だと思うな。
Wait, I want to know.
なんだろう。
ヨシアと
Yoshia.
言います。
That's a cute name. I like it. Yoshia.
どういう字？
Jessica tried tracing out various characters on the palm of her hand. Then Kanon used his own finger to write out his name on her
こ
hand.
れでヨシアと読みます。
ヨシアくんか。
That's cute.
いい名前だね。
What if you called him Yoshi?
私の変な名前と違って素敵だと思うよ。
No! Your name is not
あり
weird.
ません。お嬢様のジェシカって名前だって。
あ、それもう一回言って。
お嬢様のジェシカって。
もう一回。
お嬢様のジェシカって名前だって。その何か。
She's so
で
happy.
もないよ。
Look at her.
ありがとう。
What the frig?
ヨシア。
Yes. God, I wish both of them could be happy like both couples. God damn. The red flowers of the rose garden seemed to be to celebrate the two lovers whose feelings had finally connected. The scene was watched by one not human who gazed out quietly from beneath the rose garden arbor. Who is looking? Oh no! Boy Beato, no! She's sad. Okay, this is probably lost in translation, but Jessica's name is weird. I mean, it was shown in episode 1 that Jessica was written with like kanji instead of like katakana, so yeah, I get it why it's weird in that sense, because normally you'd write Jessica with katakana. That was something that I also found interesting when I first heard, and is also like specially underlined in episode 1. I did study Japanese for like a while. I finished like beginner course, but my kanji is pretty bad, and my vocabulary kinda I forgot the most part. But I do remember being taught that in class, at least, like that non-Japanese words tend not to be written in anything but katakana. Come to think of it, those two had never called each other by their names until now. Jessica hadn't known Kanon's true name. Kanon hadn't called Jessica by her name. When people call each other by name, they acknowledge the worth of the other's soul. That's why names are sacred. When you've been given permission to say someone's name, it means they've acknowledged your soul.
だからお父様は名前を呼んでほしいと。
Yes, please don't call him father! I'm begging you! No. That's probably wrong. Yeah! Butler has a crush on you, girl. Like on the unhinged you, but... When father sees me, it reminds him of the other me, the past me. And I'm sure that me calls father by name. However, that probably doesn't mean father would be happy to hear me call him by his name. After all, I am me. And not the Beatrice father knows well. What can I do to help father? How can I be useful to him? After all, that's the only reason I was born. Hanging her head, Beatrice sat all alone in the Golden Lands arbor next to the rose garden. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I just realized something. Something just clicked with me. Is this like a complete parallel to like Kuwadorian, Beatrice, and Kinzo? Like, you know, the whole theory or like speculation that he had a child with the Kuwadorian Beatrice. And that baby might... I theorize that said baby is the same baby that Natsui had and dropped from the cliff. And I wonder if this is kind of like a parallel to this situation a little bit. Let's see. Maybe I'm just reaching too hard again. as I do. And she was watched by the witch of theater going and Himiko as they sat across from each other. And by me. I'm watching this too.
かわいそうな子ね。そなたがベアトに同情するとは思わなかった。このベアトをかつてのベアトと同一人物と呼ぶのは、これは全くの別人じゃない。
Yes, one is Moe and the other is unhinged. Also, kind of Moe. So what do you think this Beatrice means anyway? Well, this Beatrice, in the sense of like, it's the previous one, right? She should call him daddy. Not yet, not yet. She's not that far with him yet. Please. It may be that. By the rules, this Beato is the Beato. However, saying that would be horribly unfair to her.
かつての好敵視を蘇らせてこれでは、バトラも気がめいろうというもの。
What, like Kinzo?
お兄ちゃんの絶望も少しはわかる。でも、この子の気持ちもわかるの。人は決して誰かの身代わりにはなれない。
That's also true.
それがたとえかつての自分であってもね。
Compared to the young boy and girl who had found new version of themselves by calling each other by their true names, this witch looked very feeble. The witch knew that she was an illusion created in the image of the person she once was. And she also knew that it would only hurt Battler if she were to try to pretend to be that person.
それでもこのベアトはバトラの役に立ちたいと思っている。けなげな話だ。
She's doing her best.
ベアトリーチェという魔女の意味なの。彼女はそうだと自称している。自分はバトラの役に立つために生まれてきたと。お兄ちゃんのために生まれてきたベアトがやがては連続殺人を犯し、お兄ちゃんに永遠の拷問と称しておかしなゲームに引きずり込む。意味わかんないわ。1000年を経れば人は別人にもなり得るとそなたも理解しているはず。
At the very least, Beatrice was once a pure creature who was born for Battler's sake. It's also very clear that in her current feeble state, she doesn't possess any of the courage or motivation needed to bring about such fearsome serial murders. That means the sinister witch we all know must have changed during the 1,000 years since her birth.
1000年とか偉そうな単語がよく出てくるけど、魔女の世界ではどうも長い月日を示す別称として使われてる気がするわ。神の世界に近づけば近づくほどに時間の概念は曖昧になる。
By the way, have you been enjoying the Umineko OST? Yes, I have, in fact. I have really been enjoying it. Just as much as I have been enjoying the Yakuza OST. The Yakuza 7 and Lost Judgment OST to be in particular, and currently like Ishin's OST, like at least Assassination of Bodhisattva. I've been listening to it a lot on loop. But yeah, aside of the Yakuza OST that I've been enjoying a lot, yes, I've been enjoying Umineko OST a lot as well. Well, episode 5 dropped a lot of bangers, many which I've been like listening to multiple times. And episode 6, I'm pretty curious what will bring. I know there's one track I only heard like a portion of it in a meme when I was watching Higurashi Go. I know which theme is from, and I know whose character it belongs to. But other than like that 10-second portion and the title, I don't actually know when it will be used. For those who are curious, it's the track called The Executioner. I know it's in relation to Burn, but I don't know when it plays. I heard the track when I saw a Higurashi meme going like, oh yeah, I caught my cat, I caught Birkenstell laughing in real life, 100% real. and then they used that that track, and like Bird could still laughing, and I thought it was hilarious. I think it popped up in the Higurashi Go meme search because someone had commented like Higurashi Go ending leaked, or it was in the description. I don't remember, but that's how I found the track. At least only the 10-second portion of it, so I never actually went to listen to the theme. And I don't know when it drops, but I'm curious when it will drop. Miko, I don't think that's the solution of this problem. No, listen, committing murder to solve a problem sometimes is the way to go. I love Dream Discharger. Yes, Dream Discharger is great. Also, Yuppie, hello, thank you. Hi, HKR, how are you doing? Good to see you here. The executioner is great. Yeah. Okay, so I'm curious to when it will actually drop. Higurashi Go sucks, so you don't have to worry about it. Go was a-okay, but Sotsu was a catastrophe, but that will be another can of worms. I'll maybe open it another time, but not now. In other words, the pure Beato transformed into the cruel Beato. During 6 years, that could be called the 1000. So does that mean something bad happened during those 6 years that made her hate Oni-chan? Whatever that sin might have been is probably the answer. Let me just check. Okay.
納得いかないわ。その6年間、お兄ちゃんは六軒島はおろか、後ろ宮家の席から抜けてさえいるのよ。
I think that's the problem.
その変化にお兄ちゃんは何の関係もない。
Do you maybe think that the 6 years he wasn't there was part of the problem?
全くの逆恨みだわ。
No? I don't think it is. I think that's Anje. I think that's exactly the problem. That might have been exactly her problem.
おや、こちらにおいででしたか。
Is he still sulking?
お紅茶でもお入れしましょうか。
熊沢さん。
Ah, okay.
知りたいことがあります。
There she is. What is He's so... Oh. She's so moe.
はいはい、何でしょうか。
私はベアトリーチェという名前なんですよね。
Oh, wait. Where have I seen this before? Where have we seen this before?
お嬢様はベアトリーチェ様でございますとも。
でも、お父様が口にするベアトリーチェという人物は私のことではありません。
それは。
お父様は私にその人であってほしかったように思います。だから私がその人にどれほど似ていても失望されたのではないでしょうか。
そんなことはございませんよ。
Oh boy.
お嬢様はお嬢様、ベアトリーチェ様ご自身ですとも。新しくお生まれ変わりになるとき、以前の記憶を失ってしまっただけでございますよ。
I'm having a really intense feeling of deja vu right now.
記憶をなくされようとも。お嬢様はベアトリーチェ様。
Didn't we have this exact conversation in the third game?
親方様の愛されるお方と同一人物でございますとも。
Oh no!
その記憶というのはどうやれば取り戻すことができますか？
Rosa has to find you and you have to fall off a cliff, I guess.
それは。
Beata looked at Kumasawa with hopeful eyes as though praying that she would tell her the way. Kumasawa averted her gaze unhelpfully, as though trying to say that she'd like to, if only such a way existed.
取り戻すことができないなら、せめてお父様の愛したベアトリーチェがどのような人物だったかを教えてください。
それならお話はできますけれど。
私はお父様のために生まれてきました。だからお父様の望む黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェになりたいんです。
ベアトリーチェ様。
私に魔法は使えません。でもお父様の望む魔女が使えるならそれを学びましょう。私はお父様の望む魔女になります。それがお父様に産んでもらったことへの私が示せる唯一のご恩返しです。
Oh, poor girl.
けなげじゃない。
Go was also a catastrophe. Well, I don't know. Personally, I had fun with it. But honestly, after watching Sotsuya, the arcs in hindsight in Go become kinda instead. But honestly, when I watched Go, I was actually kind of pretty interested. I only thought the last episode of Satoko Washi was way too fast. And I liked Meguri's version of Satoko Washi, at least in several more areas. Meguri I've only been looking like from the sidelines a little bit, but I'm still keeping a distant eye because after Sotsu I was like, oh my god. Ugh. It stung. Also, episode 5 OSTs I love include The Great Detective Knows. That one I know. That one was a track I thought was kind of nice. Sup? Oh, hi, Seek, Sandro De Shannon. Hello, how you doing? Oh, please, I'm sorry if my responses to comments come late. The latency is pretty high on YouTube for some reason. What did you think of Tranor? Last episode. I really like Tranor. She's precious.
1000年を間違えなきゃ最高にいい子だわ。魔女のヒナ、なかなか面白きかな。気に入ったぞ、ヘンジェ。そのヒナの娘に我が諸子を許すがいい。魔女の世界へ帰る扉を開いてやるがよかろうぞ。彼女自身にかつての彼女の物語を朗読させようというわけね。なるほど。私も知りたいわ。
Yes.
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェを作る物語。
Tell me, I want to know.
いいでしょう。
Oh wait. Is it going to be the epitaph?
あなたが望むならば、扉を再び開きましょう。
Hold on. Or is this just going to be Virgilia coming in?
熊沢さん。
Oh, a golden splash welled up around them. It was a cloud of gold butterflies. Yep, there she is, Virgilia. With a flash of gold, the form of the old lady transformed into that of a witch in a dress. There she is.
それはおそらくバラの道、美しく咲き誇ったバラがあなたを祝福するかもしれないし、しかしそれでもあなたがいつかたどった道、その結果同じ1000年を経てもいい、異なる1000年を経てもいい、望むなら道を引き返してもいい。進みます。私はこの庭で1000年お茶を飲んでいるだけで過ごしたくないんです。お父様のためにこのベアトリーチェは生まれてきました。だからお父様のために生きようと思います。教えてください、黄金の魔女。
She is learning. The great witch spread her arms, communicating the others' unbending determination to the brilliant heavens. At that moment, a brilliant light covered the two of them, and before they knew it, they were in a strange study. Hinzo study? Oh wait. There sat the master of this library, the great old witch, and her Miko. Virgilia gave a deep and elegant bow. Oh, okay, so we went to Virgilia. Sorry, we went to Featherine. Oh my god, I've got the names switched up.
尊厳なる感激と戯曲と傍観の魔女フェザリーヌ・アウグストゥス・アウローラ卿表を上げよ人の子よその娘にしばしの間我が諸子を自由に閲覧する資格を与えようぞ我が巫女その方に世話を命ず
Oh!
はいはいお任せを我があるし
I'm just going to spend time with Beatrice. I'm pretty stoked about that.
見たいと言えばいいのに
感激の魔女の巫女よベアトリーチェをお預けしますよろしくお願いします
あんたのなろうとしているベアトリーチェは彼女なりに何かを苦しんでいたわ少なくとも今のあなたはその何かから解き放たれている自らその枷を取り戻すために旅に出るの
はい私は黄金の魔女になりたいんですそれが私の生まれてきた理由です
彼女の煉獄を巡る旅が快適であるよ
Finite Witch
そして保護が与えられるよ無限と有限の魔女プブリウス・ワルギリア・マロの名において要請します
感激の魔女の巫女にして無限の魔女反言の魔女見習いエンジェ・ベアトリーチェの名において了承する者なりやと立てまつったり踏んだり蹴ったり
Oh my god. Wait, does she remember that? Featherine snorted.
あなたもベアトリーチェという名を
ええあなたのことはよく知ってるわ
教えてください私がどんな私だったのか
ええだから教えてあなたがどうしてあなたになったのか
They're both going on a discovery journey. Let's go!
この書庫にはこれまでのそなたのゲームの物語のかけらがすべて書物として収められている。
To my fellow viewers, here's a tip for reducing latency. Briefly turn up your play speed to 125 until it automatically turns back to normal. YouTube likes to put extra buffer to make playback smoother, but if you want minimal latency, you can use that trick to get out in front of it. Okay, I wonder if that works for me too in the preview, because like on the feedback preview on YouTube, I noticed there's a latency there. Also, I forget, did you read Higurashi? No, I watched it. I watched Higurashi, like the original and Kai, as well as Rei. And I reread certain arcs in the manga form. For example, I think I reread Watanagashi, Miyakashi, Minagoroshi, and there was another arc I reread in manga form, but I need to remember. I think Tsumi Horoboshi I reread in manga form. So I did actually start reading sorry, not Oniakashi, that's the Sotsu arc. Onikakushi I started reading in visual novel form, but since I started reading it just as Go came out, I felt like I was just rereading the same things. I know it's much more detailed and I really did enjoy it, what I read, but I wasn't feeling experiencing Onikakushi another time. So, I left it for another time. I was actually thinking after I finished reading Umineko to do... what's it called? I wanted to do a read-through of the console-only arcs. Yeah, I thought about that, of reading like the console-only arcs on stream, and everything else I would probably read off-stream because my reactions would be the same because I've seen most of it, and like the arcs where I knew they didn't adapt like a vast majority, for example, like the twins' backstory and a little bit of Takano's backstory, as well as some of Rika's more intense reactions in Minagoroshi. That's why I reread those particular arcs in the manga, especially because the Shion is among my top 3 characters. That's why I felt like rereading the manga. Okay.
それを読むことで、そなたはこれまで何があったかのすべてを知ることができるだろう。
それを読めば私は黄金の魔女になれますか？
黄金の魔女を継承するには黄金の碑文を解かねばならぬ。そしてその試練はたとえベアトリーチェ本人だとしても免れることは許されぬ。
頑張ります。ですから私に書庫の本を読ませてください。
本当にけなげだわ。わざわざあんなのになんで戻りたがるんだか。
その私がどんな自分だかは知りません。でもその自分がお父様のお役に立てるなら私はそれになりたいです。
Anje sighed resignedly. No words would stop this girl's feeling of respect. Anje was Umineko of the Witch of Theater going. She could do nothing but watch over the stage. That's right. They weren't actually interfering with the play. This was just a bit of directing to shine the spotlight onto the tale of Beato's past. Even this was nothing more than the Witch of Theater going watching a play.
読めばそなたはかつてのベアトリーチェがどのような人物だったかを知るだろう。しかしそこから何を得られるかはそなたが決めるがよい。書庫にとどまるも自由、立ち去るも自由、再び戻ることさえも自由だ。その対価として私はそなたを感激する。
感激とは？
要するに好きにしていいって意味よ。
ありがとうございます。青草、
She's trying her
フェ
best!
ザリーヌって呼ぶと喜ぶわよ。
ありがとうございます。フェザリーヌ様。
That's probably the last time she'll call you Featherine-sama. Oh wait, no! I accidentally forgot to read this part. Sorry. After being welcomed in by Featherine, Beato left on a journey to discover herself. That tale connected the old tale with the new one. It wove them together. The 1,000-year-old tale about her return to its starting point, becoming a snake eating its own tail. It appears I have an enforced latency of about 20 seconds. I am 20 seconds behind, so to me, you only see my messages 20 seconds later. Oof. Well, to be like that, YouTube. What can I do? But also, hi, Syntax Sundara, how you doing? The ring of that snake began slowly, bit by bit, to turn into the shape of a small island floating on the sea. And that was Rokejima. The 1,000 years of the witch born on this island were tied to the island. Was it 1,000 years or just 6? Or did this tale start even further back into the past? Beatrice went out on a journey to find herself. And it's storm time! Are we back to the game board, or are we... The wind has been strengthening since a while back. The breaking waves had grown fierce. The ferry boats probably wouldn't be coming for a while now. The crashing thunder told that the island had been sealed off from the outside world. A thick rain poured down, mocking the fools outdoors who had to rush pathetically to find shelter. No longer would anyone be able to leave this island. and no longer would anyone be able to reach this island. And no one unless blessed with a miracle. There was another flash of lightning. The retinas of all who saw it were filled with white. Oh, we got dramatic music. As that white faded away, an eerie shadow pulled itself up amidst the raging waters on the beach. Off the beach. As though suddenly remembering to do so, it coughed violently several times, filthily spitting out the seawater that had filled its stomach. She then tore apart the touch fastener of her life jacket and threw down the reason she had been able to float here without so much as a thank you. It's Erika, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds like Erika. Yep, that's Erika. It's the rat. Oh my god. Oh yeah, my favorite rat. Oh. Sorry guys, I don't like Erika at all. I think she's insufferable. I like her design though. And she is a good character. Don't misunderstand me. I think she's a great character, but she's just not for me. She infuriates me. Probably because I care about the Umineko characters way too much to see them being treated the way that Erika treats them. But it sounds maybe like inconsistent because I adore Beato and she does like the same, if not worse. News of the drifter Furudo Erika quickly spread across Rokkenjima. Erika had been welcomed in politely, and it was decided that she would be treated as a guest until the typhoon passed. In the dining hall, Goda's wonderful dinner had ended, and everyone was relaxing and enjoying some after-dinner coffee and cheese. Apparently, Battle was a bit relieved that Erika had come and turned into a good scapegoat. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. The other thing that I do actually like about Erika is that she's literally a self-insert. Everybody who's like, now self-inserts are totally cringe. I don't like them. They're all made with shoes. I'm like, no, you know what? Kichu said like, fuck that. Self-inserts are banger. Just have the time of your life. It drove away some of the attention he'd been getting piled up on him for finally coming back after 6 years. Oh yeah, this track! I love this track, and I hate to say it, but I heard it actually on a fanfiction reading first. I never knew it was from Umineko until episode 5, where I was like, wait a minute, I've heard this track before! In fact, she turned out to be very talkative. Yeah, she never shuts up. That's her quality. When the conversation turned to be a sophisticated discussion of the mystery genre, even the adults were drawn in. She was apparently so well versed that even Nanjo, who had vast knowledge of the subject, was impressed.
確かにな。嵐の孤島に洋館に不気味な一族。
I've been lurking until now, but I need to say you shouldn't call Asian characters rats. Oh, okay. I thought, well, a lot of people called Erika a rat, that's why I just took the same expression. Okay, then I apologize. I'll just say that she's insufferable instead.
そこに雨宿りの探偵とくりゃもうお膳立てが揃ったも同然だぜ。
ご安心を。どんな難事件であっても解決してお見せしますので、それが探偵の務めです。
頼もしいじゃないか。犠牲者役はごめん被る
が。あなた不謹慎です。
まあ人間のミステリーの歴史なんてほんの100年足らず、そのトリックもアイデアもほんの数種の焼き直しですでに描くべきことなどありません。いかなる不可能犯罪、密室殺人が起ころうとも すでに類型化されているどれかのトリックを形を変えただけに過ぎないのですから。まあそれでもミステリーが読み物として現代でも通用するのは、古典もろくすっぽ読まない付け焼き場の自称マニアが自分の不勉強ゆえに知らない古典トリックをさも新鮮であるかのように勘違いして大騒ぎしてるだけなんですが。
Everyone couldn't help but gape at this imposing claim. If an age critic had said it, that would have been one thing. But to think that a young person like this could say it so boldly.
ミステリーなんてもう半世紀も前に終わったジャンルなんです。私に言わせればですが。でも不勉強なバカばっかりのおかげで私は探偵面ができるというわけです。
それを言ったら恋愛なんてシェイクスピアの時代に完成されてて以後は読む価値もないってことになるぜ。
そうですね。じゃあロミオとジュリエットさえ読んどけば恋愛なんてもう理解できたも同然ってことじゃないんですか？
そんなわけねえさ。本は読んだ数を競うものでもねえが、さりとてこれで十分だと威張るもんでもねえ。過去の古典の話ばかりで新書を読まねえのはいわゆる悪しき解雇主義じゃねえのか。それこそ読書をサボる年寄りどもの言い訳だと思うぜ。
そうですね。私もバトラさん程度には本を読まないと言いまかされちゃいそうです。
俺本なんか読まねえし。
Battler chuckled, but Erika knew from the previous game that Battler was actually quite an avid reader, so his words felt like more of a challenge.
そんなにも推理自慢ならクイズとかパズルとかは得意そうだね。
Erika must be taking this really personally.
クイズとかの本持ってなかったっけ？ある。
Realizing that Erika's arrogant statement had made the atmosphere a little more tense, George smoothly changes the subject. By now, it was more than clear that she wasn't the cute guest she had appeared to be. Maria pulled a book out of her bag that had quizzes and puzzles written on it and started reading them to everyone. It looked like it might turn into a peaceful quiz party. But of course, that isn't what happened. As a credit to all her big talk, Erika managed an impressive ratio of correct and immediate answers. She took complete control, as you would expect. As you would expect from Burns' self-insert. And her bragging began to escalate more and more. George slightly regretted the choice he'd made, even when changing the subject. Erika likes to talk, it just to be like that. The question, how many matches would need for a tournament with 117s, was answered instantly by Erika.
これは問題というより知識です。参加チームから1を引いた数が必要な試合数という公式がありますので、まあ例題の4チームなら3試合、8チームなら7試合という数字を見た時点で法則性に気づいて当然ですが。
エリカすごい。
エリカお姉ちゃんでしょ。言ってごらん。
エリカお姉ちゃんすごい。
大したもんだな。なるほど。自称探偵は伊達じゃねえってわけだ。
まあ探偵を気取るつもりならこの程度は。
すごいね。きっと将来は本物の探偵になれると思うよ。
もうそのつもりですが。
Oh my god, of course. The cousins all thought about the answers to the questions, but Erika always answered first. Rosa thought it was a bit rude for Erika to say the answers out loud while people were still thinking, instead of keeping them to herself. But since Erika was a guest, she decided against mentioning it. Even Rosa thinks she's annoying. In truth, Erika was perfectly aware of this when she answered the questions instantly. Each time she would grin broadly, as though saying, "You all still haven't solved such an easy problem?" I'm sorry. I'm sorry I don't have the brains, Miss. Miss Erika, connoisseur of insufferable detectives.
そうですね。子供向けの問題なのにムキになってしまいました。気をつけますので、次の問題をお願いします。
よーし、今度は負けねえぞ。マリア、次の問題を頼む。
大きなチーズが1個あります。
Yes.
それをナイフで1回切り分けると2つになります。では、8個に切り分けるには最低何回切ればいいでしょう。
I wouldn't know.
僕はこれ知ってるよ。
I actually don't know. I don't have the big brains for this one.
だから黙ってよっかな。
George, acting like the adult he was, set up a mood that would prevent people from answering right away, even if they knew the answer, and in effect sending a warning to Erika. It seemed that Erika understood, and she averted her gaze, snorting derisively.
8個なら4回で切り分ければよいのでは?
That's what I thought of at first, but I think that's not the case.
それが答えだったら問題にならないじゃない。
Hold on. 1 makes 2. When you cut the second one, that makes plus 2, so that's 4. Cut another cheese and that's plus 2. And that's 6. Yeah, then I would say 4, but I don't think that's it.
そういうことだな。こういうのは想定の回数より少なくできるものと相場が決まっている。しかし、どうすればいいやら。
That is a good question.
わかったわかった。こりゃチーズだからできることだね。
そうね。バースデーケーキでこれをやったら大喧嘩になるわね。
そやな。チーズならともかくケーキを切るにはその切り方じゃあかんな。
みんな答え分かってんのかよ。くっそ、分かんねえの俺だけかよ。
あー、わかったぜ。なるほどね。3次元で考えなきゃダメなんだ。
うわ、ジェシカまでわかんねえ。どうすりゃいいんだ。
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, well, syntax, that does make sense.
マリア、答えわかるよ。ここに書いてあるもん。
Yes.
こら、マリアだって答え見るまでわからなかったでしょ。
Let her, she's just a child, she's so precious.
わかる？バトラ君。
なるほど。私にもわかりました。これはチーズだからこそできることですな。
南條先生まで分かっちゃったのかよ。ひょっとして俺だけが分かってない？
バトラさんの頭も少し火を通せばチーズみたいに柔らかになりそうですね。
But can you eat it?
ナイフは0回で手でちぎれるとかそういう答えじゃないんだろ。
んなわけねえぜ。ナイフ以外では切れないチーズってことで。
If my brain could be melted like cheese, can I eat it?
チーズを立体的に想像するんだよ。難しいなら紙ナプキンの裏に絵を描いてみるのもいいかもね。
大きなチーズが1個あるんだろ。それをナイフで8つに。ナイフは直線じゃなきゃ切っちゃダメ？
そうよ。ナイフは直線に切るだけ。
まあでもヒントね。切り方は直線にじゃなきゃダメだけど、どこを切るかは自由なのよ。
どうやってナイフを入れればいいか、いろいろ想像してみろ。
少々ひねくれたやり方を想像した方がいいだ。バトラ君のお手並みを拝見だ。
You have a large piece of cheese. How many times you must cut it with a knife to make 8 pieces? 4, I guess. You could probably obviously do it in 4 cuts. Could it be done in fewer cuts than that? Yeah. Well, I think with syntax's hint and answer, I suppose you can cut it in 1 slice. It was a birthday cake. You really shouldn't be allowed to do this.
Cheese. チーズだからできる技
You can stack on top of each other? Is that it? Did Battler come into the answer?
わかったすっかり騙されたぜ。頭が硬いとダメだな。
ようやくひらめいたようですね。それが正解だといいのですが。
チーズはナイフ以外では切れないんだよな。ナイフは直線だけで切るんだよな。それ以外に何も条件はないよな。なあ。
特にない。
よっしゃ、間違いない。ひでえ問題だぜ。これはまるで
上から切るばかりが脳じゃないってことだぜ。上から2回切って4分割。その状態で側面から切れば上段と下段に分かれて4分割が倍の8分割。
立体で考えないと出せない答えだね。つまり正解は3回さ。
そうなのか？
3? Okay.
俺1回だと思ってたけど。
そらどんな魔法や。いくらなんでも1回は無理や。
これはなぞなぞじゃなくて普通に算数的な問題よ。
Yeah, it has to be 3. Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
おお。そうなのか。3回ってのはすぐに思いついたんだが。それじゃ簡単すぎて問題にならないと思ってひねりすぎたか。
バトラの答えの方が5分の答えより少ない。バトラが正解？ええ、そうです。バトラさんが正解です。正解は1回です。
Okay. Battler was happy that someone had confirmed his answer. However, at some point, Erika's face had lost its cheery. She wanted to be the first to say it, huh?
私以外に1回と答えられる人間がいて、それがよりにもよって。
It happens, Erika. It happens.
エリカも答えは1回なのかよ。どうやらお前も相当ひねくれてるみたいだな。
1個のチーズと聞いて、その形状を決めつけるのは実に愚かしいことですので。
できるわけないわ。お兄ちゃんの勘違いでしょ。3回未満でどうやって8等分するのよ。
愚かしや人の子よ。8つに分けろとは言っているが、等分にしろとは到底。
Did he modify the knife? Who knows? Maybe he did.
それにしたって不可能でしょ。ナイフ以外の方法で切るの？
ナイフ以外では切れない。ナイフは直線に切らねばならないと。しかし逆に言えばそれ以外に条件はない。いや、そもそもチーズの形さえも示されてはいない。
Oh!
そうか。みんなは大きなチーズが1個って聞いてカマンベールみたいな平べったい円筒状のものを想像してたのか。
Ach, der gute Camembert.
俺は朝食のトーストの上に乗せるスライスチーズを想像していたぜ。ナイフで切り分けるような立派なチーズとは普段縁がねえからよ。
チーズの形状に条件は示されませんでした。出題者のミスです。おそらくマリアさんのその本にはいわゆる平べったい円筒状チーズの図面があるはずです。ある。ほら。
IUP, hello chat, happy time zone. Oh, hi Tsuki, how you doing? Good to see you here. As Erika had guessed, the book had an illustration of a piece of cheese just as Erika had described it. With cheese of this shape, 3 slices really would be the correct answer. You cut it in a plus pattern from the top to make 4 pieces. Then cut it from the side to double that and make 8 pieces. However, since this illustration hadn't been shown, the interpretation of the cheese had been left to the answer.
確かにそうね。出題の時点でチーズの形状やその柔らかさなどには触れられていなかったわ。
That's true. Well, damn, how did I not think of that?
どうやらチーズも頭も
To be fair,
柔らかかったのはバトラさんの方だったようです。
to be fair, I am very bad with puzzles. Like, exceptionally bad.
スライスチーズだったらどうしてナイフ1回で8個に分けられるんだよ。
お手元のペーパーナプキンで試してみたらどうですか？
I'm not sure if that's something that comes with my mental with my disabilities.
これをスライスチーズだと思って。
Whenever I get presented a mystery, I always take everything that's written on the text and only literally take what's written on the text. Like, I don't know if anyone here knows yet from watching previous streams or VODs or whatever, or from looking at my Twitter feed or what else, or like comments, I don't know, or I told you directly. But I'm diagnosed to be in the autism spectrum, so I'm not sure if that's a feature of my, like a symptom of my being in the spectrum, or if it's like or if it's just a personal thing where I read everything very literally and stick to just what's written on the text. Which is why when it comes to riddles like this, I never really think outside the box, because I don't... If it's not told to me that I need to think outside the box, I won't even try. I will just try to find the answer within the text. It's a little bit different when it comes to like trying to solve a mystery in like a story, like Umineko. But like when it comes to a direct riddle, it's like... This is why I was always really freaking bad at math. Like, as soon as a math problem was given to me in the form of text, I could never really think beyond the text or really understand what's going on.
何回折れば8個になるかな。
6回です。
6 times. Also like a slice of cheese. To fold it accordion style, you alternate between upwards and downwards folds. Once you've done this 6 times, it looks like a slice of an accordion.
普通のチーズならこんなに折ったらそこでちぎれちまうところだが、ナイフ以外じゃちぎれないことになってんだろ。
ええ、問題ありません。ナイフ以外では決して切れぬ魔法のチーズですから。
その畳んだのも真上からバサッと一刀両断にすりゃ。
確かに。
1, 5, 2. Oh, I see.
ちょっと待てよ。これじゃ当分にはなってないぜ。
出題者は8つに切り分けろとしか言ってません。当分は条件に含まれませんでした。
I would have never thought of that just because it's not in the text. I would have just assumed as such.
頭の固い皆さんには説明が混乱するので省きます。
I might think Erika is incredibly insufferable and not like her, but I have to give it to her. She's smart. She's incredibly competent. Much unlike Battler. Not to say that Battler is incompetent, like, no brains, whatever, but he tries his best. but there are some parts where he's kind of dense, but I would be like, yeah, it's probably just as dense as me in many areas. While everyone was stunned, Battle had reached a far better answer than 3 by thinking of the problem as a riddle. Erika had already known both answers and had even spotted the mistake by the book. Oh, also addendum about the Battler commentary, he has gotten more competent lately, so... respect to his development. The others could do nothing but stare at those two in surprise. I wouldn't describe you as the stiff-headed ones, exactly. I mean, Rosa has shown to be extremely smart, right? She was the second to solve the epitaph in episode 3. So I would say that Rosa is otherwise really smart. And Kiria is also excessively smart. Like, I adore Kiria. She is amazing. Like, out of everyone in the cast, excluding Erika and the other witches who are more aware of what's going on, I would say Kiria is like the biggest big brain character in the cast. Like, when she brings up something, usually she's like right on the money. Or at least she has extremely valuable advice for you to think differently. Eva is also extremely big brain. Let's say that too. Mm-hmm. No, she's just taking it from the previous game. Oh my god. Without any signs of restraint, Erika looked at everyone and laughed sarcastically. Like a little insufferable little girl. Only Maria didn't notice the venom in that laugh as she happily turned to the next page. Oh my god. Oh no.
3つのコップそれぞれにコインが1枚、2枚、3枚になるように分けてください。
おいおい、そんなの簡単じゃねえかよ。最初のコップにコインを1枚、次のコップに2枚、最後のコップに3枚入れて出来上がりだぜ。
ではそれを5枚のコインでもできるでしょうか。また陳腐な問題が出てきましたね。まさか皆さんこの程度の問題にまた瞬きをいくつも費やされるおつもりで
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm not big brain enough for this. By now, Erika was gazing around with an unpleasant look because she has the biggest brain in here, acting in a manner that was completely inappropriate both for a guest and for someone of her age. She was no longer a guest who would be staying until the storm passed. She had transformed into an annoying guest who would leave until the storm passed. Even the hacking narrator is with me on this one. Everyone thought this, but they weren't able to say it aloud. By the way, this is not a knock on people who like Erika. If you like Erika, you do you. I can definitely understand why she is a beloved character and why it's a favorite character for a lot of people. So please don't take me constantly jabbing at Erika as like a jab at you or your tastes. I just feel like I am allowed to express when I like a character and when I don't like a character.
箸は世界で最も優雅な食器です。突き刺し、引きちぎって口に運ぶナイフとフォークなんて野蛮の極み。お箸こそが私の箸使いこそが芸術。
Jessica was about to say, aren't chopsticks just sticks? But stopped herself just in time. She realized that it'd be best to let George take control for now.
小銭あるけど、ちょっと僕と競争してみない？僕もお箸の持ち方には厳しいんだ。
そやな。ジョージの箸は随分厳しく教えたんや。
Also, because it's still sitting on me, I just want to apologize again for having used thus far the insult rat to refer to Erika. I honestly thought that since like the whole fandom refers to her as that, I thought it wasn't an issue. And like, since I thought there's like a German expression to refer to someone who's annoying, like you straight up call them eine kleine Ratte, like a little rat. And I thought of it that way, I just didn't think it could be taken as offensive, so my bad on that part. So if I want to jab at Erika in the future, I'm going to refrain to stick to... I'm going to refrain from using rat from here on out, okay? I just wanted to make that clear.
確かにテーブルマナーは育ちが出てしまうものだ。エリカさんの持ち方もなかなかに良い。
俺の小銭も貸してやるぜ。枚数が多い方が面白いだろ。
ジェシカ、よく見て覚えなさい。
うせえぜ。
よし、競争しよう。ここにある小銭をどれだけ多く自分のお皿に移せるか。
望むところです。お箸、お箸。
Erika, please! Please, that's inappropriate behavior about chopsticks. Although, honestly, if you asked me about Yakuza or lasagna, I'd react the same, so... I won't jab at Erika for this one. This time, George had steered the conversation into a good direction. Everyone else understood, and they helped to egg on the chopstick fight and change the subject. They were fully aware by now that Erika was extremely proud of her intelligence, and apparently she had the bad habit of using that to look down on other people. She spun her chopsticks around with the deft hand of a juggler, staring at the coins scattered on the table like a dog who had been told to stay after having a meal placed in front of it. Oh my god. The unsettling sound of the wind had now blended in with the sound of rain, mimicking the howl of some monstrous beast. Just when it seemed to be crying out sadly, it would suddenly turn into a roar and rattle the windows, striking up even more fear and unease within me. Light from the hallway poured in through the thin crack of the slightly open door, and it seemed to carry with laughter that was warm and happy but very distant. And I'm sure everyone's in the dining hall or somewhere having a good time. I want to go there as soon as I can. I'm sure my family will be there. I hate being all alone in a place like this. Wait, haven't we been here before? Dad? Mom? I sternly tried again and again to get that door open. Oh my god, it's that very tense music again. But the merciless changes wouldn't let it open any further than that crack. On the contrary, feeling this close to a way out just made me even more patient. Gulping and trying to ignore the fear lurking behind me, I quietly closed the door. Uh-oh! That's a glitch! That light coming out of the crack is just a trap. An iron shackle, making it look like I'm an inch away from freedom. Though that door will never actually open. A shackle trapping me in here for all eternity. I need to get out of this creepy room as soon as possible. When I closed the door, all that filled the room were the eerie sounds of wind and rain. The way the wind picked up every now and then shook the window frame, felt like a monster in a cage shaking the bars. I was so scared of that monster, I couldn't help but avert my gaze from the window. Gotta search. If I can't get out of the door, I need to find another way out. Just to the side of the door was a closet. There was only enough space inside to hang overcoats. Of course it didn't connect to anywhere outside the room. If this were hide and seek, it'd probably be fun to hide in there. However, inside this creepy room, it'd be no better than stepping into my own coffin. If I go in there, maybe I'll find myself trapped in the closet next. This fear I didn't understand sent a massive shiver up my spine, and I closed the closet door in a hurry. There's one door left. When I opened it, there was the bath and toilet. Of course there was no exit. There weren't even any windows. If I turned the faucet, water would probably come out. Then disappear down the drain and flow outside, but I couldn't get out that way. Unless I went into the bathtub with the stopper, pulled out of the drain, and smashed my flesh and bones to bits. I had the feeling that this was the only way out. So the black stopper in the bathtub drain looked extremely terrifying. I tried a lot of things, both mentally and physically, but there really was no chance of me getting out through the bathroom. Next is the window. Beyond the window is a pitch black darkness. The fierce winds and rain are slamming against the glass. The darkness on the other side of the window have been unsettling, but I didn't really care where I went, as long as it got out of this room. However, the window was clamped shut. Right down the middle of the window, which was made to swing open like a set of double doors, were several ugly metal clamps. It was even more unnerving that the chain on the door, like a rough operation scar on some bizarre monster. The wind and rain slammed against the window frame, shaking it and making it creak loudly. However, unlike the door, this wouldn't open even a crack. I've had enough. Give it a rest already. What the hell's going on with this room? I've had enough of this creepy room. Enough, 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 enough! It's impossible to go outside except by the door and windows. And compared to that thick door, the window looks like it might be possible to break. I'll smash it. If I swing a chair at it, the glass will probably break. It might even be able to smash the wooden grid that runs through these latticed windows. All I need to do is make a gap large enough to slip out. I grabbed a fancy-looking antique chair and headed back to the window. Smash it! I can't scream. It's late. Over and over. The glass smashed with a violent sound, and the frame groaned and creaked. Smash it, over and over. If I can just break through the wooden grid. Damn it, what the hell? Even though the glass had been smashed apart, even though the cold rain that blew in tormented me, I just couldn't get that grid to break? They weren't iron bars. It was just a slender wooden mesh. Even though it's fragile enough to make that creaking sound, why doesn't it break? No, wait. Maybe it's almost broken. What if I try attacking it from a different angle instead of just smashing it head on? I stuck my left hand outside through the hole of the broken lattice window, grabbed the frame from the front with my right hand, tried to break it by shaking it around from both sides. My left hand started to grow ice cold from the frigid winds and rain. When I shook it, fragments of glass taking out from the broken frame poked into me, and my wrist was soon stained with blood. Ow! But if I can just get out of here, this much pain is no big deal. But I can't get out. I'm stuck. It won't open. I can't break it. The more violently I shook the frame, the more the glass fragments tore into my left wrist, causing me intense pain. Wait. What? Huh? Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Before I realized it, the glass fragments on the frame had extended outwards. It was as though an ugly beast was trying to chew my hand off with glass teeth. Locked room, am I right? Oh yeah, it looks like it. Didn't just feel as though they were growing outwards. They were getting longer before my very eyes. And they're tearing my hands to bits! I tried desperately to pull my hand out, but it had already dug deep into my wrist and I couldn't move it. I put all my strength into it and it just hurt more and more. And the glass didn't even budge! What the hell? Damn it, let go, let go, let go! I hit the glass with my right fist over and over, but that just hurt my right fist and did nothing to release my other hand. Just then, my left hand, which was still exposed to the rain outside, brushed against something slimy. What? I couldn't even... it couldn't have been a leaf blown by the winds. About by the wind, sorry. Or anything like that. I mean, it felt just like the touch of someone's rain-soaked hand. Then it closed tightly around my left hand. When I felt the 5 fingers, I knew that some person out in the darkness was touching my left hand. And... yes, I know who it is. It's the witch. The terrifying witch who rules over Rokkenjima's night. The 2 hands soaked in the freezing rain. Gently caressed my left hand. However, though I could tell what was happening by touch, I couldn't see anything out there in the darkness. Then, it felt about my fingers and twisted my ring finger upwards. Oh. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Sorry. It's gonna break. Ugh. It's Erika, isn't it? Tried to stick the ring in your hand. At that moment, I saw something in the darkness for the first time. It was white. The darkness grinned and bared its white teeth. Then, that mouth filled with eerily white teeth approached my finger that had been twisted up so far it was about to break, and opened wide. Uh-oh. A yubi. It must have been laughing at me from the darkness. After all, that creepy mouth was twisting upwards in a huge grin. I had a horrible idea of what it might be trying to do to my finger. Yubi! A shiver ran up my spine. I resisted as much as I could, but the fangs of glass just wouldn't release my left hand. And then... it gently bit my finger. As I said, Yubi! Goodbye. Your finger has been yubi'd. Man, Korone made a cameo in this game. Amazing. Sorry, in this visual novel. Flesh and bone were crushed and torn apart in an instant. Wow, Korone, a little bit hard there. Easy. Crunch, rip, tear, squelch, and splat. No. Korone has appeared in the island and eaten Battler's finger.
僕もガタンって音を聞いたような。
風で窓でもガタついたんだろうぜ。
Well, the lights turned off.
何しろオンボロ屋敷だからな。
そういうのってなんだか不気味だよな。本当に魔女が屋敷の中を歩き回ってるのかなって。6年前のガキの頃には随分怯えて夜を過ごしたもんさ。
いる。ベアトリーチェはいる。
Varia, you are the only one in the good camp.
この廊下の向こうには何があるんですか?
Actually, she's not the only one in the good camp. All the kids are in the good camp. I love them all. Hans Erika.
あちらには客室がございますが、今は使っておりません。
うん、ゲストハウスができたからね。それまでは客室に僕らは泊まってたんだよ。
ああ、俺も覚えてるぜ。今日のゲストハウスがあまりに綺麗なんで驚いちまった。
まあ、新築だからな。私も自分の部屋をそっちに移したいもんだぜ。シャノン、エリカさんの部屋もゲストハウスでしょ？
はい、ゲストハウスにご用意させていただきました。で、ゲストハウスは屋敷から離れていると。どんな事件が起こっても互いには聞こえませんね。
やれやれ。まだ探偵モードなのかよ。明日の朝、全員で揃っておはようって言っただけでがっかりしちまいそうだぜ。
確かに。さすがに明日の朝には誰かが減ってないと困ります。ねえ。それではゲストハウスへご案内します。
The adults were apparently about to begin a conversation that they didn't want the kids to hear. The real family conference was about to start. As the kids and Erika followed Shannon on their way to the guest house, they passed through the entrance hall.
外は今が一番の振りのようだね。
客までテレビでも見ながら、もう少し振りが弱くなるのを待ってもいいんじゃねえの？
ゲストハウスに戻りなさいってママに言われた。ゲストハウスじゃないと怒られる。おお。
Please do it, otherwise Mari will get the brunt of that.
不機嫌な親の声も面もごめん被るぜ。
ますますにお膳立てが整っているようで。
Erika giggled, an openly indiscreet look on her face.
今傘のご用意をいたします。少々お待ちください。ちょっとずっと気になってました。あの肖像画のご婦人はどなたですか？まあぶっちゃけベアトの肖像画であることは知ってるわけですが、前回のゲームでは通り過ぎてしまっただけで面白くなかったので。
Erika whispered to herself, but of course no one heard her.
こちらは親方様の恩人、ベアトリーチェ様でございます。
おじい様に莫大な黄金を授けてくれた後宮家復興の恩人だそうだよ。
ただのじい様の中の妄想の魔女だぜ。
Are you sure?
こいつの亡霊が夜な夜な屋敷の中を歩き回ってるって話らしいぜ。
よせよ。俺小さい頃はその話めちゃくちゃ苦手で、この屋敷の夜は苦手だったんだ。
Erika, what do you mean last game?
そんなこともあったね。6年経った今はどう？
That's right, Erika. What about that last game? What do you mean? Like the last game of Uno?
この肖像画をまじまじ見てるうちにまた怖い気持ちがよみがえる。
ベアトリーチェは怖くないよ。敬いを持っていればね。持ってないと。ね、シャノン。はい。使用人たちの間でもそうささやかれています。夜回りの使用人たちの間でも時折人影を見たとか黄金の蝶を見たとかいう噂が。
ああ、去年だか一昨年だかに使用人の人が階段から転げ落ちて大怪我してやめたじゃん。
I believe that was mentioned in one of the previous episodes.
ベアトリーチェの呪いだなんてささやかれてなかったっけ？
Jessica told it like a ghost story, trying to scare Erika, but Erika just laughed disdainfully. She has a beef. She has a beef to pick. Wait, what's the expression? It's... Oh yeah, it's a bone to pick. Yeah, but she has a beef with Beato.
おじい様がここに肖像画を掲げてすぐのことだから、一昨年のことだと思うよ。確かまさにここの大階段から落ちて怪我をしたんだよね。
そうそう、このバカでかい肖像画は何しろインパクトあったから、掲げられてすぐは屋敷中であれはなんだと話題になったもんだよ。それでその後すぐにここで事故があったもんだから、ベアトリーチェの呪いだってことになってさ。
ベアトリーチェの階段云々はこの肖像画の後から？いえ、その前からもベアトリーチェ様の霊が歩き回っているという大噂は。でもこの肖像画が掲げられてからはもっとそういう話が。
今までは
Sorry about that.
ベアトリーチェと聞いても具体的なイメージが湧かなかったからだろうね。この肖像画によって具体的になり、より一層以後の階段に厚みが出たんだと思うな。
そもそも魔女ベアトリーチェなんて誰が言い出したんです？
じい様だぜ。我が最愛の魔女ベアトリーチェって。この肖像画が出てくるまでは顔の想像もつかなかったけど。
こんな薄気味悪い肖像画がでーんと飾られたら、そりゃ階段の一つや二つでき、音楽室のベートーベンの肖像画も学校創立者の銅像も みんなちょうどいい階段の温床じゃねえか。
確かにこんなに古風な薄暗いお屋敷でずっとこんな風雨の音を聞いていたら、そういう階段の一つや二つ生まれてもおかしくはなさそうです。まあ所詮は階段、妄想を取るにも足らない寝ぼけたうつけ者のざれ言以下ですが。
Erika looked up at the portrait and smiled at it hostilely? Oh my god. I'm sorry. Hostilely. Times where I can say English is not my first language moment, even though English is like what I read the most. As though she felt that this smile was disrespectful to Beato, Maria's face soured.
ベアトリーチェはいる。そんなこと言ってるときっとエリカに魔女の呪いがあるよ。おや、怖い怖い。魔女の呪い、大いに望むところですよ。
これでエリカが明日の朝変死してたら魔女殺人事件の幕開けだな。
Well, she can't die, it's in the rules.
おいおい、お前探偵なんだろ。探偵がいきなり殺されるなんて斬新すぎるぜ。
おや、それは困りますね。現場検証に差し支えます。なるほど、ノックスにも探偵を殺してはならないとは書いてありませんし。マリア、いいもの持ってる。
I think Erika will be like awake all night 24/7. I mean, she has shown to be pretty unhinged in the previous game. Like, she... well, how can I say... How do you say it? Not like going off. I was going to say... like another word for above and beyond. Yeah, but you guys get what I mean. I mean, with the whole, oh, I put on the swimsuit and like climbed all over the wall just to tape the windows shut. Pretty wild, if you ask me. So, oh yeah, I think she also even said something of the similar vibe, like, oh, I observed everything 24/7. Whatever unthinkable thing you can think of, Erika can do it. After fishing around in her bag, Maria pulled out a string of beads attached to a medal that had a scorpion drawn on it. It looked like a cheap prize from an arcade or something.
何です？これ。効果は弱いけれど、これをつけてれば、今夜一晩はきっとベアトリーチェの呪いを避けられるよ。他にも。クモの巣が魔除けに効くとも聞きました。
Well, Beato is scared of spiders.
ベアトはきっと蝶の化身だからクモも苦手なんだね。
あれ？それは悪食島の悪霊が苦手な方じゃなかったっけ？熊沢さんが詳しいよな、そういうの。
魔女に悪霊？少し興味を持ちました。よかったらゲストハウスでもう少し話を聞かせてもらえませんか？こちらが皆さんの傘です。外はまだだいぶ雨が強いのでお気をつけください。
Sharon handed out the umbrellas she had brought. Everyone headed towards the exit. Okay, I'm going to assume this is like the end of the scene because I would like to wrap things up about now. Okay, it looks like there's a little bit. And then when there were none left standing in front of the portrait, a gold butterfly appeared. It expanded out into a golden splash, becoming a human form. Beato! In the hall, empty now that the children had left, Beato stood alone and silent, looking up at her own portrait. Ah, more trees. She's a good one. Without a doubt, the figure depicted there was like her as an image in a mirror. However, it felt as though its eyes and expression were just a little bit different from hers. From her perspective, while the person in this portrait was almost infinitely close to herself, it was just as surely a different person entirely.
誰なんでしょう。私にどうかあなたという人を教えてください。
We'll find out the long-awaited question from episode 4. Beato had already finished reading the fragments from Federine's library, which showed the tales of all the games so far. However, the witch called Beatrice, who had been depicted in them, had been so vastly different from her. At the very end, it had looked as though that witch and Battler had connected just a little bit as trivials. But for the most part, Beatrice had just bullied Battler in nearly all of the tales, as she deserves. She girl bossed through and through in all the tales, and I love her for it. She slayed. Even though this was about her, she had no idea why Beatrice had tormented Battler so much when she had supposedly been born for Battler's sake. All she had learned from Federine's library was that the former Beato was a completely different person who defied understanding.
あなたに何があったのですか。私はあなたの卵、そしてヒナ。あなたの翼はお父様のためにあったはず。それがいつ片翼をもがれ、あのように変わり果ててしまったのですか。
I wonder. He had listened to the conversation Battler and the others had just been having. Beatrice can't handle scorpion charm. Beatrice can't deal with spider webs. She wouldn't have wanted to touch either of those by choice, but it wasn't as though anything terrible would happen if she did. Was being perfectly fine when around those proof that she wasn't Beatrice? Even though this involved her own self, she didn't understand at all. So she quietly gazed into her own eyes on the portrait. It felt as though the truth hid behind those eyes. I suppose Beato has to figure out the riddle by herself as well. Beato slowly approached the portrait, and then she lightly touched it. And then, when she did, it felt as though the portrait rippled slightly. Yes, this is a doorway. A doorway to the long path that will lead her to the Golden Witch Beatrice. Beato felt a bit dizzy. She lost her balance, feeling as though the world was twisting around her. Then when she couldn't tell which way was up or down, she was swallowed downwards. Plunk! With a soft, fluttery sound, Beato was sucked into the portrait. Mario 64! Yes! Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba! The world inside the portrait was pitch black. However, there was nothing unsettling about it. It was a comfortable darkness, like when you put your head under the covers in a bed at night. Beato realized this was a world inside herself. So despite the darkness, she felt a warm embrace. As long as she asked for nothing, this world would ask nothing of her. But she couldn't remain like this. She didn't want to spend eternity inside the darkness of this world. Yes, I need to hatch out of my egg. This darkness is the shell surrounding the gold butterfly called Beatrice.
私は生まれます。お父様のために、バトラお父様のために生き、尽くすために生まれます。
She took her goal, her reason for being born, and put it in words. As if in response to those words, the seal on the shell began to melt away. Cracks appeared in the darkness and a brilliant light enveloped the world. Oh, is she going to fall into the sea of fragments? Let's go! And so Beatrice was born. There I stood, along with another me. For a second, I thought that the me in front of me was the real Beatrice, the one I wanted to be more like. However, she was looking back at me with the same bewildered eyes, so I realized that wasn't quite it. That's right. I wasn't the only one born from that egg. She was also born. Is she my twin? No, it feels a bit different. How can I put it? Both of us are lacking something and immature. Yes, both of us are chicks, but we are also fragments of the true Beatrice. It felt as though we could become the real Beatrice together. No one explained this to us, or we naturally understood. I decided to talk to this other me. Unless I get to know her and become one with her, I won't be able to become the Beatrice father desires. In other words, the thing that father wants from me and was so heartbroken to find missing must be something that she has. Oh my god, she's so cute. Oh my god. The Beatrice with the hair down looked at me dubiously several times, then finally spoke. Oh, she sounds similar. The true Beatrice also spoke in that manner. It looks like she really does have something that I lack. She has the spice.
わらわは黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。そなたは？
私もベアトリーチェです。後ろ宮バトラに仕えるために生まれてきました。
わらわは黄金の魔女にして六軒島の夜の支配者。後ろ宮バトラは知っているが、あのような小僧になぜに仕えねばならぬのか。
Beatrice the Elder. I realized that the thought I'd had a second ago must have been true. Together, we really can become the true Beatrice. Though the person in front of me does have the part that makes her a witch, which I lack, she does not possess the mission to live for Ushiromiya Battler's sake. She has what I do not, and I'm sure I have something she does not.
私たちはきっと二人で一人の存在なんです。双子みたいなものだと思います。
いいや違う。そなたはわらわの妹だ。わらわはそなたが生まれるよりずっと前からここにいる。
え？そうだったんですか。
I was born later, so does that mean the mission to live for Ushiromiya Battler's sake was born later on? However, I don't think my whole existence is something quite as faint and intangible as a mission. I have enough of a personality to think and act as I am doing now. So the witch Beato and I are separate people, with both of us possessing something the other lacks. In that sense, maybe it's fitting for us to call ourselves sisters, as she says.
私はあなたのことが知りたいんです。
わらわも知りたい。そなたもまたわらわであることは理解している。そしてなぜにそのような言葉遣いであり、バトラに仕えねばならぬのか。
My cat is loafing on the printer next to me. That's
それ
so
を理
cute.
解せぬ限り、わらわたちは互いに未熟らしい。
私は完全なベアトリーチェになりたいんです。
わらわはそなたが生まれるまでこれで完全な存在だった。しかしこうしてそなたが現れた今、そなたを受け入れるのがわらわの定めであるように思う。わらわもまたそなたのことを知りたい。
The witch Beato's tone was very slightly arrogant, which fitted her self-proclaimed status as the older sister. However, since we both realized that we were the same person, there was no need for her to be a bully. We probably realized that, after meeting me, her current form was no longer her real self.
ここはどこですか？お屋敷のホール？あ。
Beato gasped. Her portrait wasn't there. Did that mean that this was at least 2 years in the past?
そうとも。後ろ宮の屋敷のホールである。夜はわらわの時間。そして夜の屋敷はわらわのものだ。金蔵の間抜けは相変わらずわらわを蘇らせようだの。とら皮肉な話よ。そのわらわはこうして堂々と毎晩屋敷を支配しているというのに。
あなたはここで何を？
体を失い、あの肉々しい鎮守の社により魔力もない。しかしわずかずつに日々魔力は蘇りつつあるのだ。最後には見事復活を遂げ、あの金蔵を嘲笑ってやりたいぞ。わらわは見事そなたの檻を抜け出したとな。その笑いだけを楽しみに夜な夜な徘徊して暇つぶしをしている亡霊といったところよ。
ご一緒してもいいですか？
無論。何しろそなたもまたわらわの一部。右腕の同行を断る左腕がどこにいる？断る道理もない。そなたを迎えようぞ、我が妹。
Yes, Beato and Beato hang out. This is the best. The best situation ever.
お姉様
No.
こそばゆい呼び方だ。だが悪くない。さあ、参ろうか。夜の屋敷を散歩しよう。わらわの退屈な日常を紹介しようぞ。
And there they go. They have fun. The two Beatrice change their forms into two gold butterflies, flitting silently into the depths of the shadowy mansion. And this looks like scene end. Yes, perfect. Perfect time to wrap things up. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to save, and before I switch to the main screen, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go to the bathroom real bad.
I 今でもそうなんですが、うっかり屋さんで。Alright. Let me just save up and switch to the main screen before we wrap things up. But first, let's save. And back to cycle. Alrighty. Let's turn off the Umineko and turn on the BGM. There we go. Okay then. That will be it for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in again this time for the stream. Once again, sorry, one more time. Just because I think I should. And just to be sure. Because it's probably going to sit with me for a while. Once again, sorry about the whole terminology that I was using for Erika. Really, yeah, I didn't know that it could be taken this badly, because I thought the way that people refer to Erika, with calling her a rat and whatnot, was like the go-to way. And like, you know, since I don't like her character,
I won't do that anymore, I suppose. But don't expect me not to insult Erika, because, like I said, I don't like her, and when I don't like a character, I'm pretty vocal about it, and I don't shy away from insulting characters I don't like. I'll just stick to less offensive terms then, I guess. I suppose annoying will do, right? Or insufferable, stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for coming for the stream. I hope you guys had a good time. I know the stream was a little bit shorter than usual. I tend to go like for almost 3 hours or almost 4. But as I have to start going to bed sooner, and I also decided to start streams at 8 p.m. instead of 7:30 p.m. just to give myself more time after dinner to relax and to spend time with my boyfriend and any other thing, you know, just not to hurry dinner and then like constantly look at the clock and be like, oh my god, when it's like 7 p.m. and I have to go immediately. And I also tended to notice that people tend to pop in more at like 8 p.m. 8-ish p.m. or 9-ish p.m. I would move them to 9 p.m. if I could, but I don't want to go to bed after 11, so I would be restricted to a much shorter time. But I think 8 p.m. is working thus far, and from the looks of it, streaming on Umineko on YouTube is working fine as well. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to test art streams over here. For now, I'm only tempted to only do visual novel readings on YouTube while keeping everything else on Twitch. Mostly because Twitch I'm already like affiliated there, so people can subscribe and can use the emojis, and there's like the sound alerts, the other alerts all working just fine, like clockwork. And the MooBot works fantastically there and everything, and I know the platform a bit more, and I can rate people after I'm done. I know there's like a rate function of sorts on YouTube, but I'm not sure how it works, and I'm not going to use it tonight because I'm not in the mood to Google it now. That said, I believe I don't have a schedule set up for the next weeks, but given that I'm trying to finish Freedom Planet 2, there's chances are that next Thursday I'll be doing Freedom Planet, like Freedom Planet 2, and I'll probably be doing Umineko next in another 2 weeks, so let's see when that is. April the 13th would be in 2 weeks from now, so I'm going to like say roughly the 13th of April I might stream Umineko, but I'm not going to say that 100% for sure because Easter is also soon, and it's possible that I'll like will be out of the house during Easter. There's the possibility, right? Or that I'll decide to take a short break during Easter. I think sometime this weekend or next week on Monday I'll have a schedule for the rest of April prepared. Actually, I'm also wondering if I might do an open lobby stream soon, because it's been a while I've done a DBFC open lobby. And Samsho rollback update is coming soon-ish, I believe. So I also kind of wanted to start integrating Samsho streams into my schedule. I'll see about that, but for now, I think I'm going to try to finish Freedom Planet 2, and then with the open lobbies, I'll check if I'll do them on Thursdays. I kind of want to keep once every 2 weeks I'll do Umineko. I like having this rhythm, and I think it works. But yeah, everybody will be up to date about that. You just have to check my Twitter or my Instagram to see when my next schedule is. But otherwise, yeah, I don't really have much to add after this. So I'm going to be wrapping up things, and you guys can see any updates of what I'm planning to do next in Twitter and the like. And I'll also announce it in community posts anyway if I make another stream for Umineko. So without further ado, I wish you guys all a good night, and I hope you have a good good day, depending what your time zone is. Thank you for coming, thank you for watching and keeping me company, and have a good night. Bye bye!